Hi Sam. I'm excited for today's lesson. The word we're learning is
etwa,
Hi Alex. What does
etwa,
mean?
etwa,
can mean about, approximately, or even for example. The most common use is to indicate an approximate quantity or time. Just be careful, as it can be confused with similar English words like either or rather.
That's interesting. How do you use
etwa,
in a sentence?
Great question. In a sentence, you might say,
es dauert etwa eine Stunde.
which means it takes about an hour. The word itself is an adverb, so it doesn't have a gender like nouns do.
So, does it change in different tenses or forms?
Since
Etwa,
is an adverb, it doesn't change forms. But if we look at nouns or verbs, they do. For example, if we had a related verb like
schätzen,
which means to estimate, I would say
ich schätze. Du schätzt. Sie, es schätzt.
in the past tense, you'd use
Ich schätzte.
and in the perfect, it would be
Ich habe geschätzt.
That makes sense. Where does the word
etwa,
come from?
Etwa,
comes from Old High German,
etwa,
which also meant about or approximately. The word has remained consistent in its use over centuries, which is quite fascinating.
Yes, it is. Can you break down the word for me?
Sure.
etwa,
Isn't a compound word, so we can think of it as a single piece. Instead of breaking it down like Lego blocks, we can remember it as a term that conveys estimation or approximation.
I see. Are there any similar words in German?
Absolutely. Here are a few,
ungefähr,
which also means approximately, and
circa,
used in similar contexts. If we consider,
schätzen,
we can also look at related words like
vermutlich,
meaning presumably, and
grob.
meaning roughly.
That's a lot of words. How do you remember them all?
A good technique is to group them. For instance, words with the prefix often indicate negation, like in,
Unglaublich.
meaning incredible. Also,
Circa.
is often used in formal contexts, like in academic writing.
Got it. Can we practice using
etwa,
in real life situations?
Sure. Imagine you are at a restaurant. You might say,
Ich möchte etwa 2 Gläser Wasser.
meaning I would like about 2 glasses of water. Can you repeat that?
I would like about 2 glasses of water.
Ich möchte etwa 2 Gläser Wasser.
Perfect. Now, let's say you're discussing a meeting time. You could say,
Könnte das Treffen etwa 3 Uhr sein?
which means, could the meeting be at about 3 o'clock? Can you try?
Könnte das Treffen etwa 3 Uhr sein?
Excellent. Lastly, when traveling, you might say,
Wir kommen etwa 5 Uhr an.
meaning we will arrive at about 5 o'clock.
Wir kommen etwa 5 Uhr an.
You're doing great. Now, to remember the gender of nouns, look for endings. But since
Etwa.
is an adverb, we don't need to worry about that.
Good to know. Are there any common phrases with
Etwa.
Yes. Some common collocations include
Etwa 100 Euro.
meaning about 100 euros,
Etwa so groß wie.
meaning about as big as, and
Etwa eine Stunde.
meaning about an hour. Be careful not to confuse it with
Oder.
meaning or.
I see. Can you give me some full sentences with
Etwa.
Of course. Here's one.
Ich habe etwa 5 Minuten gewartet.
Which means I waited for about 5 minutes. Another is
Es gibt etwa 10 Äpfel.
meaning there are about 10 apples.
That helps a lot.
Great. Here's another.
Das Buch kostet etwa 15 Euro.
Meaning the book costs about 15 euros. And one more.
Wir haben etwa eine Stunde gesprochen.
Which translates to we talked for about an hour.
Wow, I'm learning so much. Can we do a quick recall check?
Sure. First question, what does
Etwa.
mean?
It means about or approximately.
Correct. Next, can you give me an example sentence with
Etwa.
Ich möchte etwa 2 Gläser Wasser.
That's right. Which tense does the verb
Schätzen.
take in the present?
Ich schätze. Du schätzt. Sie es schätzt.
Exactly. What is the origin of
Etwa.
It comes from Old High German.
Great job. Last question, what should you be careful about when using
Etwa.
Not to confuse it with similar English words like either or rather.
Fantastic, Sam. You've really grasped the concept of
Etwa.
remember, it's a handy word for approximations. Keep practicing, and you'll use it effortlessly in conversations.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate your help today.